Okay, just in case you haven't heard now, UK is revoking the visa-free travel for Dominica, Vanuatu citizens over clear and evident abuse of the Citizenship by Investment programs. This came out in IMI newsletter. There's a lot of publicity that's come out on this. This actually happened just yesterday, okay? And of course, I've been warning people for a long time about not getting a Dominica passport. They were getting these passports and not really checking people out real carefully. We actually did one the last year, and I told the guy over and over again, I said, you need to stick with, just pay a little bit more money and get one in St. Kitts, and don't go with Dominica. But the guy insisted on going with Dominica. Now he's lost the visa-free status to the UK. But the article was talking about here, it said that following a swirl of unconfirmed rumor early this week, the UK's Home Office minutes ago confirmed an announcement that it's imposing visa restrictions on travel to the UK for nationals of Dominica, Honduras, Namibia, Timor-Leste, and Vanuatu. Now, in a written statement accompanying the announcement, the Home Secretary, Swela Braverman, said that careful consideration of Dominica's and Vanuatu's operation of a citizenship by investment scheme has shown clear and evident abuse of scheme, including the granting of citizenship to individuals known to pose a risk to the UK. In its explanatory memorandum laid before Parliament, the Home Office writes that the changes will take effect immediately except for a 4-week grace period for travelers who have already bought plane tickets. Now, this is a departure from the Home Office's convention of implementing immigration rule changes no earlier than 21 days after tabling in Parliament. The government considers this departure from convention to be necessary and appropriate for reasons of safeguarding the operation of the national immigration system. It is anticipated that providing the customary 21 days scrutiny period before implementing the visa regimes would trigger a substantial increase in nationals from these countries traveling to the UK before the visa regime comes into force. Now, they were just talking about in this letter, and I've mentioned too in other videos also, that Dominica has been attempting to forestall this turn of events by revoking a number of citizenships it had granted under the CIP to individuals who had previously been denied UK visas and failed to declare this on their CIP applications. Folks, this is incredibly stupid, and I've told people this in the past. When you fill out these applications for citizenship, they're going to ask you about if you've been turned down for other citizenships, visas, things like this. It's incredibly stupid not to be upfront on this, because what happens is down the road, what happens if you relinquish your other citizenships and then you go on a passport like this, and then you're not upfront on, because now if they relinquish your citizenship, you're stateless, okay? Because if you've relinquished your other ones, and then Dominica finds out you lied on your application, and then they come back and revoke your citizenship, then you're stateless. You don't have a passport. You're in real bad trouble. You lost all that money. Now you can't even travel. You're in real bad shape, okay? Trust me, when you get these citizenship applications and you fill them out, and it starts asking you simple things about has any other country canceled your visa before application, you need to be upfront on it. Now Dominica's going back, and they're going to cancel they're going to revoke a lot of citizenships. They're going back and back checking people who had been turned down. Very easy to do. All you got to do is they got to pick the phone up and call the UK and find out in the immigration office which ones have been turned down for visas in the past, and then do a back check on people who've been approved for citizenship in Dominica. It's not very complicated, okay? And then you've lost over $100,000, and you could be stateless. This is how serious this can be. But in one particular letter, Dominica claims the applicants neglected to mention in the original application that he or she had been denied a UK visitor visa in the past. In at least one case, the applicant's Citizenship by Investment advisor advised the client to withhold this information. Isn't that stupid? I mean, this is the type of thing some of these people are doing. And I want to tell you something else, too, while we're on this, on a different subject. Okay. I just talked to an immigration lawyer my time last night, one of the best that's in Mauritius. Okay, you got promoters that are promoting Mauritius that are telling you you can go in these properties while I'm at it, okay, for $350,000 and get the citizenship in 5 years if you're a Commonwealth citizen. In 2 years if you invest $500,000, okay? And the thing is, they're telling me that you're not going to get this. You can get the residency, you're not going to get the citizenship and passport. Now they're saying in some select cases, if you come in after you've invested in the property and you go up to the government yourself and you propose to give a bill to school worth $2 million on top of the property that you invested in, they may or may not take you up on that. But we're talking about something totally different. We're talking, and that might not even happen. Okay, so if you go to Mauritius and you go and you invest in this property, it's going to be like Panama. I was told this about Panama back in 1998. International Living Society, Sovereign Society was promoting Panama at that point. And they were telling people, you can come down and apply after 5 years in Panama, okay? And what happened was I found out that you can apply, but they're not giving the citizenship, okay? The reason I'm telling you this, you got advisors out here telling people stuff, and you need to be careful when you get information, especially, you know, if you haven't met the guy and visited him. Just need to be careful about this because now these people are going to lose over $100,000 they've invested in the Dominica passport, and they're not going to get the money back. They could be stateless if they don't have any other passports, so they're in big trouble, okay? And anytime they apply for a passport in the future, they're going to be asked the same question, which is going to be bad news. They'd been better off just to have told the truth to begin with and just get turned down and move on. You're a lot better off to move in that direction. And, you know, I had a guy, just while I'm at it, that I did videos on. The guy was a lawyer from California, and he did a bunch of lies on the citizenship application. This was back maybe 5, 6 years, 7 years ago. And found out later the guy got his citizenship, and then found out he was involved with illegal activities with a Ponzi scheme. And St. Kitts went back and revoked his citizenship. Okay. Now, probably what's going to happen here, you're going to see St. Kitts might do it. The other ones are probably going to do it too after this has happened. They're going to probably go back and they're going to cross-check these people that have been turned down for visas in the past. And they're going to look at the people that applied for citizenship with St. Kitts and probably other countries. I'm not saying St. Kitts is going to do it, but I'm saying probably they're going to do it. Okay, because they don't want this to happen to St. Kitts. So St. Kitts could very easily now go back and backtrack on some of these people that have been approved for citizenship in St. Kitts to see if they've been turned down for visas in the UK. Very easy to track that down. Just pick the phone up and call the UK immigration office. And then take that list of people that have gotten citizenship in St. Kitts. I don't know how far back they want to go. And then see if they've been turned down for visas in the UK. It's very simple. What I don't understand is how Kroll doesn't pick this up. You pay them $7,500 for the primary, $4,000 for each individual person. They can't pick the phone up and find this out ahead of time. I don't understand why they can't do that. It's just incredible. But one source told IMI that last month's historical meeting between all 5 of the Caribbean citizenship by investment country prime ministers, at which the parties agreed to 6 citizenship by investment principles, had occasioned the sudden flurry of reviews into cases of concealment of material fact. Ongoing conversations between the UK Home Office, which has said it's actively scrutinizing the programs, are also likely to have played a part. You know, one agent said the Dominica government had only recently learned from UK authorities that some of the individuals to whom they had granted citizenship had previously been rejected for visas to the UK. Now, Dominica is reportedly reviewing large numbers of existing applications for similar concealment, and other Caribbean programs are likely to engage in the same exercise. St. Kitts and Nevis say our sources has also recently received data on its applicants from the UK in cases where they find that an investor with an ongoing application has previously been denied a visa to the UK. St. Kitts and Nevis puts the application on hold, informs the client, and gives him or her a chance, at least a chance. They could just turn you down right away. but they're giving you a chance to reapply for a UK visa. If granted, St. Kitts and Nevis allows the application for citizenship to proceed. You're really better off being up front to begin with, folks. If you've been turned down, don't let the government catch you, okay? You need to bring it out up front before you've paid all this money. And remember, on these programs with the donation option and also with the real estate option, most of the money is paid in the tail end after you get approved. So the last thing you want to do is to get approved, okay, and then because you lied, no one knows what happened, but you lied, and then they find out later, and then you don't get that money back, okay? If you get turned down because you were up front, at least you haven't funded all this money in, okay? But these people are trying to take a chance, and they're not being up front on the applications, and then what happens is they get turned down, they don't get any of that money back. It's all lost. Legal fees, the government fees, everything goes down a drain, okay? So you need to be up front with these. Be overly careful on these citizenship by investment applications so you don't run into this problem. I mean, it's just, anyway, if you got any questions on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.